Hi, I'm Rodi Srivastava,
I'm Anuradha Nagraj.
and this is The Migration Story.
Whatever's on your mind, get it in 10 minutes.
Delivered in 10 minutes. Grooming kids in 10 minutes.
Blinkit will now remove the 10-minute delivery promise from all its brands.
ऑर्डर लेना, पिक करना, फिर पिक करके देखना, फिर गाड़ी स्टार्ट करना, फिर वहां से चलना, फिर जाके कस्टमर को देना। उनकी मतलब कि जैसे कि अगर 15 मंजिल मकान है ना किसी का, तो मैम वहाँ पे जाने में भी टाइम लगता था। मैम मगर कस्टमर तो बोलते थे कि 10 मिनट की डिलीवरी क्यों दिखाया। मैम हम इंसान है, रोबोट तो है नहीं इस टाइम पे।
19-year-old Shivam Prajapati is young, ambitious, and restless. Shivam is full of ideas and opinions, especially when it comes to gig work. He completed his 12th standard exams an year ago and dreams of joining the Indian Army. 2 years ago, when his family fell on hard times, Shivam decided to take a break from his studies and take up full-time work as a delivery rider.
मैंने यूट्यूब पे भी सर्च करा तो यूट्यूब पे ये दिखाया जाता था कि एक राइडर 60,000, 70,000, 50,000 रुपए कमाता मंथली। मगर जब मैंने उस चीज में अंदर जाके देखा, पहले मतलब कि राइडर लोग बोलते थे कि नहीं भाई अभी तू समझा नहीं, अगर तू समझेगा ना तो जब तू इतने कमा लेगा। फिर बाद में समझ में आया इसमें तो बहुत ज्यादा रिस्क है, जितनी मेहनत उससे भी आधा पैसा।
Shivam is one among the millions of gig workers in India engaged in delivery services. And like many others, he is thrilled about the Union government's recent move to order quick commerce companies to stop advertising their grocery deliveries as a 10-minute service. Hi, I am Anuja and I am an independent journalist based in Delhi. In this episode of the Migration Story podcast, we spoke to delivery riders, consumers, labor union representatives, and experts to unpack what this intervention means and its long-term impact on workers. According to a Reuters news report last week, the Labour Ministry held a closed-door meeting with representatives of Blinkit, Zepto, and Swiggy, asking them to stop promoting their businesses as a 10-minute service. Academic research and worker surveys have shown a close correlation between quick delivery models to safety risks, road accidents, work pressure, and stress among delivery riders.
जो कि अगर हम ऑर्डर लेट कर देते हैं ना कस्टमर के लिए जी, तो फिर भी बोलते हैं कि आपकी कंपनी ने आपकी टी शर्ट पे, आपके बैग पे और हम जो ऑर्डर कर रहे हैं ना जिस ऐप से, उन सब चीजों पे 10 मिनट के लिख रखा है जब आप ऑर्डर लेट लेके आते हो। तो ये बहुत अच्छा किया गया है। जैसे कि कहीं दूर का ऑर्डर रहता था ना, तो उसमें राइडरों को तेज चलाना पड़ती थी गाड़ी, अपनी जान जोखिम में डालनी पड़ती थी जी। तो अब उनकी जान सेफ रहेगी। किसी की मम्मी घर पे वेट करती है, किसी का भाई वेट करता है, किसी की बहन वेट करती है, तो उन चीजों से आप बचेंगे। जो मतलब कि हमारा इंसेंटिव करता था ना, वो नहीं करता है।
Shivam explained that doing time-bound deliveries, 10 minutes for instance, means that speed gets prioritized over everything else. He said that he has got injured several times, including a fracture, while delivering orders, but did not get any assistance despite flagging it to his seniors.
मैम 10 मिनट की जो डिलीवरी थी उसका एक्सपीरियंस मेरे हिसाब से तो बहुत ज्यादा बेकार था, क्योंकि आपको बताऊं उसमें ना एक्सीडेंट होने का ज्यादा चांस था। अच्छा। क्योंकि जो मेरे साथी थे ब्लिंकिट कंपनी में, जेप्टो में, वे रोंग साइड गाड़ी भी निकाल देते थे, क्योंकि अगर जाम लगता था ना तो वे रोंग साइड के चक्कर में कई बार एक्सीडेंट भी हुए। कस्टमर से बोलते थे कि मैम ये ज्यादा है, मतलब कि लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस है, 5 से 7 किलोमीटर का, 8 किलोमीटर का, तो मैम 1 मिनट में 1 किलोमीटर तो गाड़ी नहीं चलेगी ना। कम से कम 1 किलोमीटर को 2 या 3-4 मिनट तो चाहिए जी। तो मैम इसी हिसाब से ना बहुत एक्सीडेंट भी हुए जी, बहुत सारी कठिनाइयाँ भी आती थी। ऑर्डर लेना, पिक करना, फिर पिक करके देखना, फिर गाड़ी स्टार्ट करना, फिर वहां से चलना, फिर जाके कस्टमर को देना। उनके मतलब कि जैसे कि अगर 15 मंजिल मकान है ना किसी का,
जी.
तो मैम वहाँ पे जाने में भी टाइम लगता था.
Despite the work being precarious and often accompanied with low wages, Shivam says that workers like him continue in the line of work either often as a stopgap arrangement or because there is no other viable employment opportunity.
मैम कुछ लोग बाहर से आए हुए होते हैं जो अभी ज्यादा पढ़े हुए नहीं होते,
जी.
तो वो ज्यादातर यही सोचते हैं कि यार जो काम हमें सही लगेगा ना
जी.
तो हम वही करें.
जी.
तो बहुत सारे लोग अनजान, ये दिल्ली शहर है, बहुत आते भी हैं और जाते भी हैं.
जी.
तो यहाँ पे मतलब कि हम बहुतों को बता देते हैं कि भाई डिलीवरी का काम कर ले जब तक तेरे को नौकरी नहीं मिल रही है.
Officials from leading quick commerce companies say that the promise of 10-minute deliveries is achieved through efficient system design and not by pushing delivery partners to rush. Zomato founder Deepinder Goyal, in a post on X, which was formerly Twitter, on 1st January said that the company's 10-minute delivery promise is enabled by the high density of nearby stores rather than by asking delivery partners to drive fast. Goyal acknowledged that it is understandable for people to assume that 10-minute deliveries risk lives, noting that the complexity of the system design enabling such quick deliveries is difficult to grasp from outside. Similarly, Swiggy's food marketplace chief Rohit Kapoor told Money Control in a 19 January report that delivery partners complete more orders not because they ride faster, but because delivery distances are shorter. He added that the improvements in partner earnings are driven primarily by proximity and demand density rather than speed. Revenue in the quick commerce market is projected to reach US $6.94 billion this year, with a total user base of 65 million by the end of this decade, according to an analysis by Statista. At the heart of quick delivery models are consumers who are looking for speed, convenience, and predictability. One such consumer is Debosmita Mukherjee, a young designer working at IIT Bombay.
Yes, considering the digital age and how remote working has shaped my lifestyle, it would have been hard if these services were not available, and I would have to, go out and collect the stuff, which I think is very helpful because the services are here.
Right.
So it would have been difficult.
She says she orders quite a lot, nearly 10 to 15 times in a week, and such services have made her life very convenient. She welcomed the government's intervention and suggested having an opt-out choice on apps to skip quick deliveries when not required.
I believe that as a consumer, if we have the option from the platforms where we get to choose what is urgent to us and what is not, that would be helpful. From our end, we can help the people who are actually doing this work to not be in a hurry, because we don't get the option to select whether we want a 10-minute service or not.
Another consumer, 26-year-old Ebad Rais, who is a lawyer from Patna, said that balance needs to be struck between the need for convenience of those who are ordering and safety on the road for those who are delivering.
Being a consumer, it will be a great inconvenience because we got used to it. It is more like a habit. We don't want to go out to purchase something. We just order itna delivery hi to lagega. Yeah, if we order of certain amount, they free the delivery also. Rather to make the delivery partner rush to get the delivery done, the companies who are offering these kind of services, to make the time shorter, they should more work on their product processing. They should create more dark warehouses, mother warehouses. Order processing system should be made more efficient.
While Ebad and Debosmita offer interesting insights and suggestions, worker organization representatives and labor experts say that the sector is set to grow in the coming years and a lot more needs to be done, keeping in mind worker precarities.
We see that there will be a huge pool of people will be coming to this kind of work, and the conversion should be happening. And also, it's also important for us that there should be an institutional mechanism. There should be a dialogue between the aggregators and the workers, which is not happening.
That was Nitesh Kumar Das, organizing secretary at GIGWA, or the Gig Workers Association. He, along with his colleagues like Vandana Narang, work on the ground to mobilize workers. Organizations like Gigwa played a key role to help organize the recent worker strikes carried out by delivery riders on Christmas and New Year's Eve. Nitesh explained in detail how incentives work through slabs and endless pursuit of delivery persons trying to do more volume in as less time as possible.
On paper, delivery workers choose when to log in. In reality, the system is designed so that earnings are placed behind different incentive slabs. And each slab has its own lock. And there isn't one incentive, there are multiple incentive levels, and each level is locked separately. To move to the next level, the worker must complete the earlier one. If they fall short at any stage, the next lock does not open. Each delivery takes around 18 to 20 minutes, including delivering the order and returning to the hub. Even one delivery gets delayed because of traffic, distance, or a customer not responding, the worker may not cross the slab and the incentive stays locked. The app never directly says log in now or work longer. Instead, income is structured so that not staying logged in becomes a loss. This is what fast delivery means on the ground.
Thus added that the two key demands of delivery riders currently is better wages and a stop on arbitrary ID blocking. This refers to a practice where a gig worker's account on app-based platform gets deactivated or blocked without any clear explanation and results in loss of work and earnings. Nitesh also urged consumers to be kinder and more empathetic towards delivery riders.
We were experiencing that workers were saying that through the years the wages have gone down. There are a lot of ID blocking happened at the end from the aggregators. And also there are issues of quick deliveries, which is 10-minute delivery, which you see in everyday life. And we thought that these things are something you can't ignore and should be coming upfrontly.
Sona Mitra, an economist based in Delhi who specializes in the political economy of labor, feels that an order like the one by the Labour Ministry needs a strong implementation on the ground, in the absence of which it will only be in letter and not in spirit.
We welcome, on behalf of all the demands for the delivery workers, this intervention by the Labour Ministry. This regulation is really a welcome step. But somewhere the implementation is failing because the three leading delivery platforms have agreed to implement it. So they are all doing it for 11 minutes, not 10 minutes, not 7 minutes. And the incentives for the workers are still linked to the reduced time. For a proper implementation, the incentive-based delivery has to go.
She highlighted that delivery riders work on commission, so there is always a pressure to finish more tasks to earn better. According to Sona, a model where basic salary is paid to them could help.
There has to be two things. One is implementation, and the second thing is that, these delivery people who are actually all commission based need to have some basic salary. These regulations have to come from the ministry.
Meanwhile, offering his insight on what more needs to be done, Shivam says that workers should be compensated for return journeys and there should be some help offered during pollution season.
जो रिटर्न का पैसा होता ना, वो मिलना चाहिए आने वाले समय में।
जी।
हमें रिटर्न का पैसा नहीं दिया जाता इस टाइम पे, तो आने वाले समय में अगर हो जाए तो बहुत अच्छी बात है। और राइडरों की सेफ्टी के लिए कुछ ना कुछ तो होना चाहिए। आप देख रहे हो प्रदूषण ज्यादा बढ़ रहा है
जी,
तो प्रदूषण के लिए N95 का मार्क्स तो होना चाहिए जो कि 15 दिन में रिटर्न हो सके।
For Shivam, while the delivery work started to support his family, he'll be applying to study at an industrial training institute later this summer. He's not sure whether he will continue doing delivery work after he starts college. Before heading out to deliver his next order for the day, Shivam says his eventual dream is to join the Indian Army, for which he will continue to apply. Thank you for joining us today.
Check out our website www.themigrationstory.com for more content. You can subscribe to our podcast on YouTube and Spotify.
The audio editing and sound design is by Akshay Ramuhalli. Stay tuned for more stories on migration.
The Migration Story.